Welcome to the video. You can see that the sign is upside down because what I do when I record is I revert my camera and I'm too lazy to put it back to its place. But anyways, welcome to the video. In this video, you'll have every single thing that you need to know about habit trackers and how to use it as a tool, because yes, it is a tool. And the habit tracker is really simple to understand. It's literally just a tracker for your habits. So here's an example here. You see that the days on top are the days of the month, and below the days is where you check for each day that you do the habit. And those X's that you see, if you meditate on the 23rd of January, for example, then you can X. And basically you can track your habits for as long as you can, for any day that you want and for any habit that you want. I have a habit tracker for the whole year, from the September of 2023 to the September of next year. You're going to see right now how it looks like on the screen. Whatever you do with this tool, just make sure that for each day you try to complete the habit, and you also track the habit efficiently. Meaning that if you did the minimum requirement, like you need to meditate 1 minute at least, then you can check the box. And of course, if you didn't fulfill the requirement for the day, then you don't check it. And you'll see that you did not do the habit for that day. So imagine this. Close your eyes. You have a habit tracker literally sticked to your wall. And this habit tracker tracks every 365 days of this year. And imagine you passed on the 365 days and you actually see your progress. You see all the long days that he did the work and the other days where he didn't. But what's important is that each month you did more and more of the habits. You feel so proud of your work and you actually realize that you've been doing much more than before and that this year was yours. Open your eyes. So the best advice that I recommend is to put a habit tracker on your wall. So instead of just having it on a paper and coming back to it every time, you literally have the responsibility and the accountability to go up to the wall and just cross it off if you did the habits. And the general rule of thumb is that you have habits and you need to stay consistent. Hypothetically, if you had this board and you went through the 365 days, you're going to see when you kept the consistency and when you stayed disciplined. And of course, it's going to be easier to do a habit if it's really easy, meaning that you're going to do more sessions of this habit. But if the habit is harder, then you'll probably do less sessions. So what you're working on by following this habit tracker is discipline. To be successful at the habit, you need to do it on time every single day or every single time that you need to do it. And you do it regardless of how you feel and regardless of how your life is, you just do it. Imagine meditating for 1 minute every single day for the whole year. That'll be the equivalent of 6 hours of meditation done. But if you did that much meditation, then 1 minute per day is probably too easy, so you have to level it. And this is called progressive overload. This means that it go from 1 minute, then 2, then 5, then 15, then even an hour if you really want to level up the skill of mindfulness. Another example of progressive overload is workouts, meaning that you go from 20 push-ups per day, and after you get strong enough, you'll literally get strong. It's visible, it's physical, and you'll be able to do 100 push-ups, then a 20-minute workout, and then just a full session where you shred your muscles for 2 hours, like I'm doing right now. Because I used to do 30 push-ups maximum, and now I can do 100 in a row. 100 in a row. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm kind of slacking right now because I'm working more for strength, but I can still do 50 in a row. There's proof of that. In any habit that you do, you want to level it up. And it's very simple to just level it up, meaning that you find your level. Let's imagine that somebody is terrified of cold showers and they can't really support the cold. So what they have to do is literally just spend 1 second in cold water. They spend this time for like a few weeks or even just like 2 weeks. That's enough. And after they get used to that 1 second, they can just decrease it to 5 seconds. And they'll actually feel that, oh, it's not that bad. So they'll decrease it to 15 seconds in like a month, then 30 seconds in probably 2 months. And by the end of the year, they'll take normal cold showers. But you have to be careful with increasing the level because you need to be honest and fully authentic with your decision of leveling up. Just find a level that's a bit challenging, and when it doesn't become challenging anymore, just go to the next level that's again a bit more challenging. And I think it's important to give you the real definition of consistency. Let's imagine somebody who really doesn't have any values and morals. And this guy wants to start a new habit, which is making his bed. He makes a habit tracker for the whole year to make his bed. And at first, he's the type of guy to listen to his emotions and not really do the things, even when it's necessary. So the first month, he does his bed like 3 times, alright? Before that, he never did his bed. But the next month, he does it for 7 days. And then, of course, at the end of the year, he gets like all of the days completed for making his bed in like December. So consistency is just keeping up with the habits, meaning that you keep it in mind, and even if you have lows, at this low, you can always get yourself up. What's important is that you get yourself up back to where you were, and even excel at it. A very easy example for that is NoFap, meaning that if you fap for 3 years every single day, then you cannot expect to totally stop fapping within a week. For 3 complete years, you jacked off every single day. And let's say that you're never going to jack off anymore in a year. The year is going to look like this. You'll jack off every single day, then every 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. That's how it was for me. And then you'll go for once a month, and then just once every 3 months. And you'll basically just stop. And that is the very important mindset if you're doing something like NoFap. Because we're not counting the streaks, alright? We're not counting the streaks of No Nut November, seeing how long we can last. No. It's about the frequency and how much you do it per month, per year, per day. And the point of NoFap is to lower the frequency all the way to very close to 0. Because you'll probably jack off like once every decade. For me, it took me like 2 years to lower it from every single day to literally once a month. And when you think about it, this is huge progress. And that is consistency. On your journey of fulfilling your habits through the habit tracker, you're going to see that there's periods of your life, your life, where you don't feel like it and where your motivation for it is lower and you don't really see the point into it. What I suggest you to do is to just keep on doing it. That's very simple to say, but for every single habit, you should have a minimum requirement. Me, I worked out a lot, but this month of October, I kind of did not want to work out. So what I did is basically my lowest amount of effort required to fulfill the boxes of the habit tracker was 200 push-ups a day. This was my act of accountability, and I did it with a friend, and it was a nice period. We literally called and just did 100 push-ups in the morning and then in the night. And yeah, that's another thing. You need a big reason to complete this habit. You need a reason to do this habit every single day. What do you want to achieve from it? If you really want to be mindful and never ever come back to just being mindless and being in your thoughts, then you do meditation. But I've been talking about habits like you know what they are, but I'll give you some habits that you can start off with. And I think that the best and most unique combination is meditation, gratitude journaling, and exercise. These 3 will give you a starting point for self-improvement, and then you can just deviate in whatever you want. So for example, I'm going to read my habit tracker again. For example, I track my sleep. Ever since I made the sleeping video, I realized how important sleep is and actually started to wake up at 6:30 every single day. And right now, my habit tracker is completed by like 3/8 of the table. And of course, I changed a lot about the habit tracker. I had habits like walking, cold shower, sleep. I also tried to add reading, learning, running, a lot of stuff. And you see that you'll change a lot, but you need to do the most important ones and the one that resonates with you the most and the ones that you kind of enjoy, of course. And scrap all of the things that I said before. Your habit tracker needs to align with your purpose. Me, I want to be a great runner, so I'll probably practice running again soon. That is what I'm going to do. But I can tell you right now that a habit tracker is really going to help you with any habit that you have, even making up your bed. Because me, I have a reason to wake up at 6:30. I have a reason to meditate, to journal, to do all of these things. And they all align to what I actually want to get. I've got papers behind me fantasizing about me in 6 months. I mean, right now it's 5 months, but at the end of this school year, I'll come out a different man. So just set a goal. Set a goal, make it coherent, and think about it. Don't just like randomly throw it in your list and just try to get it. You need to actually think. For me, it took hours to complete all of these thoughts, to understand what I actually really want. And that's why I journaled a lot and I wrote papers on my walls. So to make this video useful for you, if you're interested, make a habit tracker. Get a goal and then a habit that involves your goal, and then you can just track it every single day of your life. But first, if you're really lazy, just track it for a week. You'll see how much progress you're going to make. Even if you do like 2 sessions free, it's better than what you did before, right? But yeah, right, enough rambling. Your very easy steps is literally to just think about it, journal, get your goals, and then your habits. Get some experience, go out in the world, have some fun, work hard, and then you'll get what you want. You know what? Life is simple. Life is simple. You just will something and then you act upon it. If you want to be a rock star, you work hard at it. If you want to make the best school in the world, just go for it. You'll probably achieve it when you're like 30, 40. Always stay ambitious. And you know what? In fact, I'm going to be mean. If you have the desire of big ambitious goals, you need to question yourself. You need to question yourself and really see if you're like that. Because for example, me, I always had ambitious goals. Ever since I was 9, I was just ambitious, and I know that clearly. I know all of the things that I'm capable of, and I imagine so many scenarios where I could be in. But right now I'm drifting off the topic. Just make a habit tracker for your bed. That's it. Just make a habit tracker for making your bed every single morning. If you do your bed, you can check. And if you didn't do your bed, you cannot check. So that is all I gotta say about habit trackers, consistency, discipline. I mean, there's always more to say, but for habit trackers, it's very simple. Just make it and stick it to your wall, and you're gonna see a lot of progress. Thank you for watching. See you.